Mauri ora e te whare. Mihi tika ana ki te mihi ki te mana whenua o tēnei rohe. Kia ora, nā mihi nui mi tō manaki, me tō tiaki kia tātou. You may be wondering, I guess, why I'm standing in front of you. So I work for and a part of Te Wairoa. It is the river that I whakapapa to in Tāmaki, and I connect through the river through two iwi, Ngā Taiki Tāmaki and Ngāti Paua. And for those of you that don't know, I'm just going to give my kepiha that links me to the whenua and to the awa. Ko kohu nui te maunga, ko Wairoa te awa, ko tikapa te moana, ko tainui te waka, ko mātaitai te whenua, ko Ngāti Kōhua, ko Ngā Taiki Tāmaki, ko Ngāti Paua te marae, te iwi, ko Ngāti Kōhua te hapu, ko Isabella tuku ingoa. Kia ora. So Friends of Te Wairoa is a catchment group based in Tāmaki Makaurau, and it is a community-led catchment group working to protect and restore one of Auckland's rivers. And this presentation will explore some of the catchment's features, the challenges we face, and our connection to the Wai Connection. So first, I did it a bit, but my connection is to the awa is through Ngā Taiki Tāmaki and Ngāti Paua. So I live at my marae Ngāti Kōhua, and we actually look out to Potu Point, which is the videos. Yeah, that's Potu Point there, and this is actually the mouth of the river. From an ecological standpoint, you might be like, oh, that's the moana, but for us, we recognise that as the start of the river. So I did work for Friends of Te Wairoa as a community coordinator, and now I work for them as an ecologist. So this is a bit about the catchment. You can see, so we're based in the southeast end of Auckland. It is Auckland's second largest river, and it covers 58,000 hectares. It connects to 4 dams through tributaries, and it provides 60% of Tāmaki Makaurau's drinking water. So if you've ever drunk Auckland's water, then you have some of my awa in you. It goes through a mix of native forests, agricultural and horticultural pastures, and through rural communities. We don't have big towns or anything going in Cleveland. And it also connects and overflows through the Whenua Falls. The Whenua Falls is a very tapu area, as is the whole river, but specifically the falls. So here you can see it's still going. Extends down and finishes just before Paparimu. There's a deep whakapapa connection, and Wairoa, we actually refer to it as a pā whakawairoa, which is a spiritual essence, I guess, of a place. And there's 5 iwi that connect, so like I mentioned before, Ngā Taiki Tāmaki, Ngāti Paua, Ngāti Samaoho, Ngāti Whananga, and Ngāti Kōhuriki. We have many tonga species that connect and that the river supports the life force the Māori of, like tuna, freshwater kōura, kākahi, and peka. So the peka, the long-tailed bat. These are the key challenges that our river faces and that a lot of other rivers also face. These challenges are multifaceted and layered, interconnected, one influencing the next. So we've got physical degradation. I think the key point for us is that the river no longer flows freely. There's a lot of things that impact that. One of those is the willows. I know that's a lot of problem for a lot of catchment groups. Ecological imbalance, so we have species like the willow, invasive carp, invasive trout, many other invasive flora and fauna. And I think also there's a cultural disconnect. Many people don't have a connection to the awa, either living in the area or people, Māori or Ngā mana whenua, they don't actually know their own awa, they haven't swum in their own awa, and I think that's where a lot of the raru comes with the connection. So, how Friends of Te Wairoa started. Just a preference also. I'm very new to Friends of Te Wairoa. My mum, she's on the governance board, and she basically called me into a meeting one day and said, "Oh, can you pick up some food?" My brother was going back to Dunedin, so she wanted to throw him like a feast, I guess, before he went back to Otago. And so I came to get some food, and then she was like, "Oh, sit down." And I was like, "Okay." And then all of a sudden, they were like, "Oh, do you want a job?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah." But I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and kind of a similar thing happened while I'm here. I met Lorna at this other expo, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool lady," and I always noted her cool kākahi. So, and then I saw her at Balance Farms Awards, which I'll show you guys the video for in a second. But yeah, I saw her at this Balance Farms Award, and I was like, "Oh, hi Lorna, like nice to see you again." And she's like, "Oh, would you like to come to this wānanga in Christchurch?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So here we are. So this information, I have spoken to the chair of the catchment group. His name's Glenn, lovely man, and I've also just pulled some stuff from the general Google. So you can see we began as a land care group, and we were mainly focused on planting trees and fencing waterways. Gained support from Franklin Local Board, Auckland Council, and Healthy Waters, and they actually created a strategic plan to expand the efforts of Friends of Te Wairoa. And today, we're a community-led collective restoring the awa, and you can see that's just our latest stats. So you can see the total catchment for those pest species, and what we did in March. And we also engage with landowners. So we have 25% of the catchment landowners signed up. And you may be thinking, 25, that's not that much. But Mum said these 25 are like the main percentage of the catchment. So I said, "Oh, well, maybe we should do it by percentage of the land covered." So update for that. And we do monitoring, events, newsletters, and social media. That one was actually on our Facebook, so I think that's a lovely way of communicating to the public how we are doing. So the Wai Connection. I really think the Wai Connection just shows the power of education, and we, as you guys know, partnered with you guys, Mountains to Sea, and we were able to take an educational project to Clevedon, Whenua, Paparimu, and Ararimu primary schools, and they were taught the life cycles of tuna and I think some other stuff. And I think the highlights from that was that the tamariki were really fascinated and engaged with the mahi. Many of them hadn't even seen a tuna before, so it was really great to connect them with that. Then, of course, they took that home to their parents, you know, yapping away as kids do. And this actually, in no small part, led to the annual eel hunt in the Wairoa River being cancelled. And so I think, that really really goes to show how power of education is so impactful. So for the future, Te Pai Tāwhiti. So they have, Friends of Te Wairoa have engaged me as an ecologist to create a management plan for the iwi, and I put management because I don't really like the word management when we refer to our taiao. I don't think the taiao is something to be managed. And so I, actually, one of the people on the board said, oh, but we have to talk to the iwi first. I was like, yes, you're right. And I said, luckily, I work for them and my auntie is the CEO. And so I had a meeting with her, and we're now looking to engage. So that was with Ngāi Taiki Tamaki, and we're now looking to also engage with the other iwi so that we can co-design a management plan and really embed their principles in the way that we restore, monitor, and manage the river. And we will also involve the landowner community and hapu and whānau within Littlehair. Ensure that mātauranga Māori is central and it's guided by tiriti or waitangi. And you can see I've just put a thriving catchment where mahinga kai are abundant, the water is drinkable, and that's a very ambitious goal. But I like to be ambitious, and I would rather have it there than not. And that people feel connected to the river. I think that's a really big point. So now I just have a video that illustrates the work from Balance Farms. It's about 2 minutes, so we should be within the time limit.
Friends of Te Wairoa catchment.
5 and remix. We'll see.
We might just see if we can tether it through a phone.
Yeah, I just did tethers. Nah, we'll Friends of Te Wairoa catchment. The Friends of Te Wairoa catchment are making significant strides in restoring the Māori life force of the Wairoa River, the second largest in the Auckland region. Born from the merger of two existing groups in 2018, Friends of Te Wairoa catchment brings together local residents, Ngāi Taiki Tamaki Iwi, Auckland Council, the Franklin Local Board, and other stakeholders in a collaborative effort to improve the river's health. They run numerous activities to restore and enhance the environment, including empowering residents to act on their own properties by connecting them with knowledge and materials. A key focus for the group is predator control. Over the past 5 years, they've reached a quarter of the catchment's 2,000 properties, resulting in the removal of almost 22,000 pest animals, including possums, ferrets, stoats, and feral cats. This success is creating a halo effect, protecting native species within the adjacent whenua ranges and paving the way for potentially reintroducing kiwi. The group is seeing a noticeable increase in native bird life, with more kākahi and kararu observed in the area. Even long-tailed bats are venturing out of the ranges and into the rural landscapes. Beyond predator control, the group is actively tackling other environmental challenges. They are spearheading efforts to remove invasive crack willows, which impede river flow and contribute to flooding. They're also engaging with local schools through the Wai Connection education program to raise awareness about the river ecosystem and the impact of invasive species like koi carp, their next major target. The Friends of Te Wairoa catchment has huge community support and is a testament to the power of collaboration. Through workshops, plant nursery sales and community events, they are inspiring residents to take action and contribute to the restoration of their local river. With continued support and community engagement, the Wairoa River is poised for a healthy future.
Yeah, so that was a nice summary. So I just want to leave you guys with this whakatauki. Te toto o te tangata he kai, te oranga o te tangata he whenua. So you can see the translation in there. That food is it brings the life force to our bodies, but our spiritual and health and well-being actually comes from the whenua. So I invite you all to take that in your own catchment groups. Kia ora.